Falcons fans, we need to talk. Yes, it's just preseason, but what I saw in Game 2 against the Tennessee Titans was both encouraging and seriously concerning. Now, this wasn't a terrible game, but you could tell right away that it felt like an afterthought for the Atlanta Falcons, especially after 2 intense joint practices earlier that week. The energy wasn't the same, and while there were some bright spots, there were also some major red flags that we simply cannot ignore. So let's start with the concerns. The first thing that dropped off the page, penalties. The Falcons looked sloppy at times, and those mental mistakes killed drives and gave Tennessee way too many chances. Holding calls, offsides, illegal formations, all things that can be cleaned up, but they show a lack of discipline. And in the NFL, the discipline can be the difference between a win and a loss. I put this on Raheem Morris because penalties are a direct reflection of how well prepared a team is going into a game. Then, next big issue, there is the offensive line depth. This was a problem last week in Detroit, and it showed up again tonight. The second unit O-line struggled badly, allowing pressure on the quarterback, failing to open lanes in the run game, and forcing the offense to play behind the chains all the time. These aren't small issues either, because one injury to a starter means that one of these guys have to step in. If the front office isn't comfortable with what they saw, don't be shocked if they start looking at outside help. I will say one more thing too. I don't mean to disrespect anyone. Jack Nelson will not be playing NFL next year. That's how bad he played yesterday. Next up, cornerback depth is a big concern for me. And to be honest, this has quietly become one of the biggest concerns on the roster. With Kobe Bryant out, it was a chance for guys to step up. But outside of Natrone Brooks, it wasn't pretty. Lamar Jackson struggled, and the depth pieces behind him didn't inspire too much confidence as well. Against a team like the Tennessee Titans, who's not even known for lighting it up, they were getting after it. And this is seriously concerning for me, and it should be for all the Atlanta fans out there. Now let's talk about Jaylen Walker. The rookie linebacker was a healthy scratch today, and while that doesn't mean anything long-term, it does mean we're still waiting to see him in true live NFL action. Raheem Morris said it was a growing issue. I don't know, but I hate to admit, could this be an issue, a lingering issue for Jaylen Walker going into his NFL career? He's already seen a hamstring issue. Now we're seeing a growing issue. Can he be healthy? And we need to get him on the field so that he can get reps, so that he can get better going forward for this season. So overall, the theme here is discipline and depth. The Falcons' top end is there. We all know that. We know that from day one. But the mistakes, the penalties, the lack of consistency from the backups, those were the things that this team needs to tighten up. Now, before we just sound the alarms, let's transition into some positives that happened yesterday. Because while there were many concerns, there were some real exciting things that this team showed last night. The highlights, let's start with the clear standout, Natrone Brooks. This guy continues to make his case for a roster spot. He snagged the interception and returned it 33 yards and played like someone who refused to be ignored. Add in his contributions on special teams, and Brooks is starting to look like one of the biggest surprises in preseason. And then let's talk about Nate Carter. The undrafted rookie running back put the NFL on notice with a 43-yard touchdown run. The burst, the vision, the way he hit that second gear, it was electric. He plays like it's his last. And plays like that don't just get you noticed, they get you roster considerations. If the Falcons keep 4 running backs, Carter is making his case to be the guy. Now we have to give some credit to Easton Stick. He started out brutal with a just terrible pick 6, but then he figured out a way to throw some touchdowns, especially that 52-yard pass to Chris Blair, which was a good ball placement. And for a backup quarterback, showing the ability to recover is huge. And speaking of Chris Blair, he made the most of his opportunities. 3 catches, 78 yards, and that touchdown grab. The Falcons' wide receiver room is crowded, but when you're fighting for that one of those spots, performances like this can keep you alive. But I also have to highlight Pearce Jr. This rookie defensive end was relentless all night because he played all night. Literally. Now, even though he wasn't getting sacks, he was providing constant pressure, forcing the quarterbacks off their spots, and making the life miserable for the Tennessee Titans offensive line. That interception by Natrone Brooks was honestly caused by James Pearce and the pressure that he applied to the quarterback that made the quarterback try to get the ball out of his hands quicker. Interception. And finally, Younghoe Koo, steady as always. Perfect on field goals, perfect on extra points. After all that noise about the kicker competition with Lenny Krieg, Koo just calmly reminded everyone why he's still the guy. So what do we make of all of this? Yes, the Falcons had sloppy penalties, O-line struggles, and concern about depth at corner, but they also had rookies and bubble players step up in big moments. And that's what preseason is for, evaluation. This by no means was a perfect game, but it was teaching tape, a chance to show where this team is strong and a chance to show where they need to improve. The lesson here is simple. The Falcons are talented in the top end, but they need some work with the depth pieces. And tonight can prove that Terry Fontenot still needs to get busy, but also there are some good things that's going on in the Atlanta Falcons organization. But if you agree or disagree, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about the preseason game too. And please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always,